Mira, el primer programa, first program, and we are striving, as always. That's bullshit. Let me
I
see
have
how's it going on my.
a new microphone. Hello, people. How are you? How are you? Here, the winter is coming. How was your week? You cannot make any push-up. You broke your back, right? I watched some pictures. You broke your back.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna share this. Check it out in my.
What is the channel? What is the channel in YouTube?
I send you. Okay. Oh my god. So, for those who are watching us, sorry for my face. We have technical problems and also organizational problems. But this is me and Enrique. Let me give. I'm gonna share this on my Facebook. You should do the same. Um, you see?
Yes, I can see now. I'm gonna I'm gonna subscribe. Oh yes, I already
You're gonna be my
subscribed.
first subscriber.
Maybe we can share some pictures. We are
Wait a minute.
talking. I'm sharing this in. Um, I'm sharing this in the wall. Ah, yeah. Have you started sharing in SteamYard? No.
Yeah. Yes. We're hearing
Oh yes,
from.
yes.
We're recording from StreamYard.
Oh no, it's in YouTube. Oh, interesting. I don't know how
Can you
this
type
works.
down something?
I already print pause something. I'm not sure. Oh, this is. Oh, I think that the people who do this is like they have their own. Oh yes,
Oh
it's
my
already
god.
published. Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Um.
Yes. Well, yes. Yes, I think when we listen to a podcast, I think they have their own people who do this stuff now. Like because it's like you have to be aware of a lot of things. Oh,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
only
Okay.
viewer of YouTube is ours. Yes. Okay.
Let's do
So
this.
let's start.
Okay.
Let's
Let's
start.
do this.
Yes. Yes. I think that
Um.
it's
So.
updated.
Okay. I'm kind
The
of
situation
nervous
in
right
our
now.
country is controversial. The people who is there, we are based here in Lima, Peru. Peru is a country in South America. It's a very famous country. Now we are on elections, and they're very controversial because I mean, like the two people who won the last elections uh, are people unpopular among the Peruvian political history, even
Yeah.
in recent time. So it's controversial because are like strong, strong things, way of thinking, no, right wing, left wing, but both are populist, no. Peter Castle is the one from the left, and Keiko Fujimori is populist from the right, no. Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. That was a good introduction about that. So how was your opinion about again? What's your opinion? What's your opinion about this week? Because for instance, Pedro Castillo, who is the representative of Peru Libre, this party from created by Vladimir Serrón, has like put
Who
away
is
him.
the to our public for outside Peru? Who is Vladimir Cerrón? Can you explain to the people?
Oh my god, that's a really good one. Okay, Vladimir Serrón. I have not so much information about him, but he was the former uh, go- regional governor of a region here in Peru. Peru has 24, I think, regions. How many regions we have?
27.
Okay, 27. Let's. I forgot the
Maybe
the
we can
figure.
show. I already post a new from this context, just to our friends outside the country to get idea what is happening now. Al Jazeera is a very well-known network who covers. I think that all the media international covers, but Al Jazeera is like they get is the most who get into no. They are explaining a lot of things. Yeah, in
Well,
English also.
Jacobin actually, which is our sponsor today, Jacobin guys. Hi. They were spreading also two. They launched actually two articles well informed about what is going on here right now in political terms. And well, okay, but Enrique, you can share. You read that article.
No,
What is
I
that about?
didn't. I already. I think it's just to. I think that no, this article doesn't have like any information that we know. Maybe we can explain, but it's just to put in context to our friends, foreigners. No, no, yes, because who is Peter Castle? Why is Pedro Castillo? Yeah, yes. Maybe we can put in context. We are under under a lot of pressure here in Peru because the second wave is soaring a lot. The death rate, the contagious rate is increasing, has been increasing since the past 2 weeks. Um, and the situation is terrible now. And I think this is very interesting now because Pedro Castillo doesn't mention a word about the pandemic. And even that, the people is voting for him.
Yeah, but I think that people who is voting for him, they are not considering that thing of the pandemics because this is a protester vote against the model, against the statu quo. Yeah, that's kind of strange because the pandemic has like a rise in these trends, these political trends of or these political parties or organizations such as uh, Rafael Lopez Aliaga, who is a far right wing politician, and a lot of another kind of politicians such as this guy from the Acción Popular who
Johnny
were talking,
Lescano,
yeah, Johnny Lescano,
center right.
who were talking shit. No, they were bullshitting. They were talking about getting off or taking off, or how would be deporting Venezuelan people. That it would
Take
be
them
like
out,
a scapegoat. It would be an
expel
scapegoat.
them out, expel them out, deported, deport all Venezuelans criminals. No, that
Yeah.
reminds me. No, maybe we can talk about Peter Castle a little. His party. No, do you remember the last?
Wait a minute. I don't know who is Goose, but if you write is what you want us to tell to put
It's
you
from
in contact
YouTube.
as from so our first friend. Okay. Well, right now we are talking about the two politicians who are running for presidents here. That's why I titled this episode like the runoff between Pedro Castillo and Keiko Fujimori. Pedro Castillo is like, I think we should start with Keiko first. So again, I back you the ball. I
Maybe we
pass you
can
the
share
ball.
another.
Who is
Yeah.
who is Keiko Fujimori? Okay, you try to respond that question, and I will
Keiko
share
Fujimori.
some.
Keiko Fujimori is one of the girls of the former president of Peru, Alberto Fujimori, who has in the 90s he had an autocratic govern. Uh, some people consider him as a tyrant, as a dictator. Other liberal or other liberal thinkers consider him Alberto Fujimori as just autocratic, but nevertheless he has a bad background here in Peru now. His legacy, his hearings is associated with a lot of bad policies, no neoliberal policies in the 90s here in Peru. And now, after some 20 years, Keiko Fujimori keeps in the politics life. He tried to get the presidential, and he couldn't. Like 2 times, he was congressman, and this is the third time he's trying to win the elections. But his legacy is so controversial now because in the 90s here in Peru we suffer, like all South America, a lot of human rights violations, a lot of autocratics, media media press. Oh yes, Jacobin. So it's like his Keiko Fujimori as a brand is not well seen. That's the point. And in the other hand, we have the other guy, no, that maybe Pedro Castillo, to our viewers. Maybe this is your turn, no? Maybe you can explain the background, the history of the leftists. Maybe you can explain to our people what is Shining Path.
Oh my God, there are several questions. So okay, there are a lot of arguments against Pedro Castillo. Why? Because okay, Pedro Castillo himself is a school teacher, primary school teacher, and also a rondero, which is a kind of self for self defense or person who's organized with another kind of he's a peasant. Okay, so rondero is an institution which offers self defense for persons in the countryside. Most of the times, I would say in the north of in the highland north, highland northern, the highland northern of Peru. So he belonged to that, and it was the rondero, the institution of ronderos is was well known because has many other social organization, popular organization in Peru. They strived, yeah, they fought against Sendero, and this is the
Shining
third
Path.
question. Rican Shining Path. Shining Path was a terrorist group who,
Maoist.
like any other leftist guerrillas, were trying to take the power by the arms. So they weren't successful as the Cuban guerrilla. They were another context. There were different strategies, but they caused a lot of damages to the people. They what's the word on behalf? They were on behalf. Oh, sorry, I wanted to use this phrase, but they caused a lot of damage to their people. They were saying, "I'm fighting for them." So it was a crazy battle, bath of bloodbath. I would
Blood
say
blood. Blood
blood blood.
blood blood blood
No,
blood
bath blood
blood.
or bloodbath, whatever. Um, Sorry if I'm not giving you like a structured idea about Shining Path, but that's what it is. That's what it was, and why we are talking. This is what is I'm gonna finish with this. What is the main feature of this? That Keiko Fujimori is the daughter of the guy who fought against Sendero Luminoso, against in brackets, right? Because there were, as Enrique said, there were a lot of he was affecting human rights by using the army, by using also the I would say the American way of striking terrorist groups, as we have talked in past podcasts. You want to add something, Enrique?
I think that was the war was starting the 1980 up to 2000. Actually, until now, if we consider, because Shining Path as an armed group, a terrorist group, similar to ISIS, so by the way,
Yeah,
um, keeps is similar to ISIS, to Daesh. Yes, in the main how he acts, no, his violent actions, but it keeps they keep doing activities legally in the politics. No, they don't have his own political party because they tried to get into the politics and they were expelled. And they have other brand who is armed. Obviously, less power in in the jungle of Peru,
yeah,
associated with illegal activities. But the political one is that has get point at the attention in this election, no? Because since 7 years ago, we all Peruvians know that Shining Path has his legal branch. No, they don't they don't kill people, but they have his legal branch. The
what
problem
happened?
with this guy Pedro Castillo is that they behind him there is a lot of people who are member of this branch of Shining Path. I mean, people who were in jail because they were part of Shining Path, and this is a controversial, no, because it's not a well-known left, no. We here in Peru we have other candidate also with left who was Veronica Mendoza, but she's not member of Shining Path. I mean, she's peaceful. I mean, a moderate way of doing politics, but he couldn't win the election. This guy, who 3 months ago, all the polls said that no, he got he got 2% of approval among the population. He's going to be defeated. But accidentally, since 2 months, he started to his approval among the population in the surveys because he started to rise these numbers, and he finally the past April 11th he got like 19% of approval, 19%
Of the votes, yeah,
of, of voters. Yes, that is not much, but
yeah. That's not
it's
much.
sufficient. And Fujimori
Um,
got 13. He got 19, and Keiko Fujimori got 13. It's not that much. It's yes, what?
for those who are watching us, why you're saying that it's not that much? Why you are making this? Why you are stressing out this, or you're stressing this fact of the April 11th election, the 11th election
It's not that much because when we talk, as we explained, in the 90s we have almost a dictatorship, autocratic regime, so we don't have elections. So we have a democratic life since 2001, more or less. So it's like 20 years. Since those elections, that is 4 elections, no one who got 19% even pass. I mean, even take a good position in the final results of the election. For example, Veronica Mendoza, who also is a left woman, um, he got the last election was 2016, right? He got he got she got she got 19%, 20% of the voters. I mean, Veronica Mendoza got more voters in that election, and he was in the third position. He couldn't pass the second round. So it's like he got more percentage in that election than now the first place who got 19. Veronica got 20. I don't know. So it's like, I mean, summarizing is that no one likes those candidates. I mean, I think that because of their background, no, Shiny Path and Fujimori, the more terrific characters in Peruvian history, in recent Peruvian history. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
Maybe,
but
yeah,
what I would like to know is, this is what I have been saying, right? Okay, this is a particular election because the candidates have are lacking legitimacy among the voters
legitimacy.
because they say this. I forgot kind of the figure, but the figure was plus putting together this. It's their figures. They weren't surpassing, or they were less than the 30% of the votes.
Yeah,
This is like this is a huge strike to our democracy because these are candidates that ain't representing the desires of the people. And actually, this is kind of tricky because there were, as always, this is like a feature of Peruvian politics.
oh,
Furthermore,
we
when
have
we
a
talk about
question.
elections,
We have a
a
question
question.
from our, yes, from our guy
Gus,
Gus.
our friend. Oh, I see. And how do you think is the president that Peru needs? Oh my God, this guy is making really good questions.
Very
For me,
tough question.
you you wanna ask that question first, or I don't know.
No, it's your turn. Yeah, I
Okay, it's
can.
my time. Well, I voted for Veronica Mendoza. Okay, I liked her because this how structured she was, how prepared she was, how she was on the debates, on the last debates like 2 weeks ago. How she defeated their their their
Ideas,
con- no, what's the name for contrincantes,
counterparts.
opponents? Yeah, their
Opponent.
opponents. Why, Goose? I would like you to know where are you from. Maybe you're from, I don't know, but for let's in order for me to have a context too, right? So okay,
We
I
are
voted for her.
cosmopolitan people. Don't worry,
Okay,
we
wait a
know
minute.
a lot of the world.
Okay, wait a minute. I voted for her because I like it, but I think I'm not responding his question. I think she was able to make some changes. Um, the first features of her political organization were like the social rights or the sexual rights, such as the same sex marriage, respecting the minority
Gender,
groups and gender.
the
But
gender.
I if you ask me, I didn't vote for her for those reasons. I voted for her because for me she had a great technicians group on economic. mainly, and how she
Yes,
was,
she would
how
succeed. She would succeed taking action. No, because here in
yeah,
Peru we have like establishment. For example, social investment is not well seen by the rulers of this country. Invest in public education, invest in better urban areas, rural management, planification, something like that. Reforms are, I mean, reform we're seeing in other countries. Here in Peru, maybe because of the lack, no, because when you trying to to say something against, I mean, the the establishment, I mean, even in the academic work, oh, the shiny path, because maybe it's that, no. So after a lot of years, because the war is over like 20 years ago, we don't have a war. So the, like Veronica Mendoza was a hope in that terms, because he had a lot of people who they could make those reforms very well. They were well. Uh, the people among Veronica Mendoza were uh, good technical, good techniques,
technicians,
technicians.
we're good technicians, uh, and okay,
In
that's, I
order,
think
yes,
we already responded his question, but here's the thing: what my description were linked to, oh, how good she was at um, giving his speech, how good she was structuring her ideas, arguing. But what they say, some analysis said that turns out that she wasn't able to touch the fibers, tocar las fibras, to touch the ideas, the emotions of the people in the
yes,
countryside.
take to the roots, no, of the problems, going to the roots of the problems.
Not going off the roots of the problems, because okay, wait a minute. Pedro Castillo is not okay.
Oh, I thought
He's
you're talking
going to
about
the.
Veronica. Yes, I think
No,
that
I was talking about Veronica.
in that way, Pedro Castillo is also left wing, but he's more linked to radical ideas of the all leftists. I mean, for our people who are living in other countries, like Pedro Castillo, who accidentally got into the first place in these elections. I mean, for example, he believed in the
Was
oh,
Who is
hello,
that cute
Leila.
lady?
Pedro Castillo believes in the total ownership of the state. I mean, like the Soviet Union, like the German Republic, RDA, something like that. I mean, the socialist, the socialist, the socialist country who used to be in the 70s, in the 60s, because those countries got into crisis in the 80s, as we know, and after the falling of the Berlin Wall. So it's like kind of eccentric, this guy, you know. Pedro Castillo is eccentric because it's like, for example, and I don't know, you're in the countryside and you're talking. Uh, I am following for dragons or for elves, for dwarfs, for orcs. I mean, I am going to the countryside. I mean, it's like doesn't exist in those times. Yes. And he's also because his ideas is a danger in some way because who is going to to rule this country with, no, who are going to be their ministers I mean, Peru is not that easy to manage. I think
Maybe
any country, but
maybe tomorrow we're gonna have good news in terms of reducing or lowering our what's the fucking
rate, our rate of COVID.
uncertainty. Why? Because he had said that this weekend he's gonna present his technical stuff, no,
Stuff.
team, technical staff, technical team, for helping him to carry out his project, right? So what can I say? Uh, for me, okay, to finish this question, I think Veronica Mendoza was the best contender, but she wasn't able to link with the desires of the countryside that they were being affected by so much by not just about the crisis of the coronavirus, but also about the ways this economical model is affecting them, right, not just in the countryside but also in Lima in the north. But it's, well, that's that. So
Yeah, I think the link because I think here in Peru, uh, the personal link with the population is almost more important than the ideas. No, this is maybe something particular in this country is that the ideas are important, but are not as important as yourself. Even when the elections are rallying, is more important, for example, your breakfast. When all the elections in 20 years, more or less, the candidates, the first thing they do to the press is to show his family and to have a breakfast with your family, a
Sunday
spa
election.
on Sunday election, and then you
Yeah,
go
that's
to
true.
vote. So it's a particular. No, it's like the other day I was reading that all the country has tabloids and gossipy, and there is a famous channel here in Peru who has a very famous gossip, a gossip show now, who is Gigi Apeluchin. It's about tabloids. I mean, gossips. No, it's not
It's not
journalism.
serious.
It's not serious. And Keiko Fujimori went there. No, a lot of politicians went to that program. She got, and some thinkers said, oh, because of that, she's in the second round.
I would like to share this moment of me and Beluchin. Continue talking, please. I'm looking for, I'm searching this video.
Yes, it's very well
Yeah.
now here, gossipy. Peluchin, and he after that, and it's interesting now because in that interview, those guys, it's not journalism. It's like they are gossiping. They are TV. They interview interview presenters. No, it's not like actors, not like that. But when
Hey,
Keiko Fujimori
I
went to
found.
that program, she didn't get out very well. They made a lot of staff questions, very very tough questions.
Wait,
But
wait.
it's like we watch the human the human characteristic of Fujimori. Maybe that connect to the population. No? Maybe that episode, that chapter. Here in Peru doesn't work very well. Twitter, Instagram, networks, even TV media is not as powerful as, yeah. And now we can see a glance
A
of
los
this.
animadores con periodistas políticos, quienes según muchos no tuvieron las agallas para encarar así a un candidato. Acéptalo, Mávila Huertas, Peluchín y Gigi fueron más. No fue Mávila Huertas, no fue Milagros Leiva.
No, this is the
Perdóname que te lo diga,
Sí.
porque cuando tú ahora dices eso, pero cuando nosotros veíamos eso en la televisión, decíamos, pero qué, te lo digo con todo, con sinceridad, qué desgraciada.
Si ya desde tu posición, que además para mucha gente es de una mala perdedora, has hecho ese papel, ¿cómo siendo presidenta se puede confiar en ti?
Yo entiendo que al principio, que es lo normal, hasta por piconería, que a cualquiera le puede pasar.
No, no
tanto
es
esfuerzo.
piconería allí.
No, pero sería
Fue
normal.
dolor,
Yo
fue
entiendo,
dolor, sí.
llámalo como quieras.
Sí.
Pero no solamente fueron el primer mes o el primer año, fue durante años.
O sea,
Muchos de los
en la venganza
peruanos
estábamos
veíamos
nosotros.
que el poder legislativo, que estaba con tu poder, porque
Okay, now a little bit of context here again. And in this
Those
part,
guys,
in this guy, they are confronting her because she was the leader of a party who has the majority on the legislative, on the Congress, who were always striking, who were always putting obstacles and to
in
the
in Alberto Fujimori regime in the 90s.
no. Hey, come on, they are talking about this like during the PPK's presidency.
Oh, I got confused.
Yeah, they are saying, oh, because you lost this in the runoff against with PPK, Pedro Pablo Kuczynski, a banker from an economist, a banker who is also in jail, but in his home. But okay, there's a word here in Peru called picona, who is the guy who has lost and she's not accepting that she lost. So in this case, these two journalists, these gossip journalists, tabloid journalists, are confronting her about that. How you're able, how you dare to run for presidency? How can we believe in you? How can we trust in you if you acted in that way? So that this is why they are like uh cornering her, right? So okay.
tenían 73 congresistas, lo que veíamos era día y día, programa tras programa, solamente peleándose, dependiéndote, y no veíamos propuestas, no veíamos avance, entonces sentíamos como que estábamos paralizados, entendiendo que usted...
por venganzas políticas.
No.
Cambios que tienes, no quiero a mi hermano, ahora sí, ¿no? Entonces, ya he pasado por todo, lo he intentado todo, estoy poniendo todas mis caras, pero la gente ya le vio la verdadera cara a Keiko y por eso es que muchos no creen en ti.
Sacaba en cara y te decía, ¿por qué no me quieres indultar o no estás de acuerdo con mi indulto?
Lo que
para
trasciende
cicatrizar las heridas.
de él es que tu afán de poder, no de hacer algo por el país, porque creo que la gente que no te cree es precisamente porque no te ve como alguien que quiere llegar a un puesto para hacer algo, porque ya lo has tenido y ya hemos visto lo que has hecho.
Oh my god.
Maybe we can translate that to our public. I mean, those guys are confronting Keiko Fujimori because when the last presidential government, PPK, the former president of Peru, he won like 77 congressmen. I mean, it's not just.
It was the first majority, right?
The first majority. Yeah. Here in Peru, we have like 135
Okay.
congressmen. So having 75 congressmen is like, you have the Congress. That's it, for real. So in that way, is controversial, no? And he abused of her power, and he tried to not help the government to govern. I mean, because his revenge against his opponent, he tried to destroy all his policies, all the laws he sent to the Congress. It's like he created instability in that way.
And also,
So
this
these
is
guys
funny.
are yes.
This is funny, right? Because in that time, in 2017,
17, 16.
17. Fuck these numbers. Pedro Castillo was leading a strike, a school teacher strike against a reform, educational reform of PPK on PPK's government, and there was a moment when the congressmen of the Fujimori side were negotiating. They were like,
The Pedro
what was the
Castillo.
word? What was the word? Like bargaining. No, they weren't bargaining. They were bargaining political goods. Like, okay, we are gonna give you our support. Because why? These were like the words of the Fujimori's congressman, because in that way they were like comploting the government. Okay, so this is cool, because there was a moment when the Pedro Castillo has had a match with Fujimori. Okay, anyway, they were pursuing their
Yes,
own goal.
actually, yes. Some congressmen of Fujimori support Pedro Castillo. So it's like, in some way, now we are under, I think that two branch of Fujimorismo.
Oh, come on, this is too much. That's too much.
Left Fujimorismo, right
Oh,
Fujimorismo.
in a way, but what I wanted to say is, okay,
I think
Fujimori's
that,
congressmen were instrumentalizing Pedro Castillo's fight, or Pedro Castillo's strike. I wouldn't say that they were like part of the same group. No, they were. There was a moment when they matched their interests, and just that. If you allow me,
Sino que quieres llegar por ese afán de poder que incluso te permitió, para mucha gente, quedarte callada cuando sabías que torturaban a tu madre.
you wanna add some words about this? That, okay, her mother. Okay, her mother was the wife of Fujimori, right? But I don't know what happened between them. But there was a moment where ended up they got into a fight. Alberto Fujimori, like locked her, also put some electricity arm on his body, something like that. Keiko, she was on her teenage. She didn't do something. They are reclaiming that to her.
yes, I think that Fujimori, she didn't, I mean, like, your mother is under pressure of the government, who is an autocratic regime. She didn't care. She didn't
Yeah,
care about it. So, what is her answer? I am interested in
I
what you
think they
think.
are spotlighting only the punches against Fujimori. They are not showing the.
Okay, the answer.
Los Perdóname que te lo diga,
sí.
porque cuando tú ahora dices eso, pero cuando nosotros veíamos eso en la televisión, decíamos, pero qué, te lo digo con todo sinceridad, qué desgraciada. O sea, su madre está diciendo eso y ella tirando para donde el papá. Entonces, ¿que tu mamá mintió? ¿Qué fue lo que pasó? Pero cuando tu mamá salió a decir eso, ¿qué fue lo que tú le dijiste?
Fuimos a hablar con ella, y no, yo no voy a revelar la conversación que he tenido con
¿Pero
mi
le
mamá.
reclamaste el menos?
No, siempre nos hemos acompañado con el apoyo de ella.
¿Y qué le dijiste a tu papá cuando ella dijo que la estaban torturando en el cine?
Yo le dije, ¿sabes qué, papá? Y a mi mamá también, ¿no? Yo creo que esta pelea pública nos hace mucho daño a nosotros.
Pero pelea pública o no, o sea,
¿Pero no fue
si
real?
ya sabes que
¿No
si
fue
tu mamá
real?
está
No.
diciendo dejó de manera casi cómplice que torturen así a su madre.
Es que eso nunca ocurrió.
Pero tú no sientes que tú eres por tu padre.
Yo siento, por supuesto,
El apellido Fujimori, Keiko nunca ha ganado nada. Tu padre es el que ha hecho que sea 5 años algo por el país. Si por ejemplo tuviese
Wait a minute, what?
Keiko por tu padre.
Yo siento, por supuesto,
El apellido Fujimori, Keiko nunca ha ganado nada. Tu padre es el que ha hecho que sea 5 años algo por el país.
You wanna translate those words?
Well, I
Tú-
think that I think that this is
what would the idea on that?
it's impossible to support Fujimori. It's almost impossible.
How about Peluchin? What was he saying to to her?
Well, she's commenting about his background, his bad legacy. I mean, but I think that this interview humanized. I don't know what he Keiko Fujimori in those times she wasn't in a good position in the polls. I remember it was in 4 or 5 position. He escalated because of this interview. That's interesting, how politics works in this country. It's like I think the media is the main target. The problem with Pedro Castillo will be this, because I can imagine Pedro Castillo in this kind of programs. But it's
Yeah.
probably that he will win.
Si, por
Simplemente más
ejemplo, tú
difícil.
hubieses cumplido tu palabra, que dijiste que en el 2021 ningún Fujimori iba a postular a nada, pero sin embargo lo estás haciendo. Si en verdad hubieses cumplido tu palabra y no participarías de esta elección, ¿por quién votarías?
You were listening. Oh, another question of our friend Gus. Whoa, do you think social network and TV are supporting any candidate, or are they being impartial? Come on, dude. Okay, we're gonna finish with this.
But maybe in his country is like that.
Oh,
Where are you
Gus.
from, Gus?
Yeah, I would like to know where are you from in order to maybe because you saw my reaction, right? Oh, come on, what are you saying? Okay, media are taking place. No, they are citing. Yeah, that's a good word. They are citing. Maybe they are against with Pedro Castillo right now. They are labeling him as a chavista. They are labeling him as a terrorist. I don't know. As a terrorist, is this is not so much a strong accusation because at that moment for me there would be a lot of proofs against Castillo if he were really a terrorist, a part of Shining Path. But there is no connection between a strong connection, right? There are just accusations, there are suspects about that, and there is no idea. But anyway, the media has a citing. They are citing against the idea of Pedro Castillo as a president, right? Also as a chavista. The media are spreading fake news about that, and also behind that, I would say there is racism against Castillo because he's not like a urban guy. He's from the countryside. He was a school teacher. You have to know that Peru is a fragmented country. The cities, the coast, and La Sierra, which is the highland, the countryside. Okay, so there is a lot of racism here also. Yeah, and for to answer your question, I think the media right now are against Pedro Castillo, and that is interesting. And I will finish with this because in the recent polls, Pedro Castillo is 40 something over Keiko, right? So the election is in June. We are hoping a lot of a bath of garbage in the media against Castillo, and I hope the same for the left wing side. I mean, Veronica Mendoza to support him in order to create a strong. Uh, fuck, Enrique, you want to add something?
I think that Pedro Castillo is unpredictable now because I mean his party is not a real party because the manager of this party actually is a manager. Cerrón Palomino is unpredictable. The last elections for municipal elections, 2018, his candidate for Lima was a very eccentric businessman. So it's like very strange, like a socialist with a businessman. It's like strange. But in other hand, it's so difficult to to explain what's happening here,
Why?
Uh, because I think that Castillo is unpredictable. I don't think if his goal, his aim is to succeed in the to getting to be president. He's not making a lot of efforts to create technical supporters. I
Let's see
mean,
what happened tomorrow.
well, let's see.
They say
Let's
the
see.
weekend they're gonna show their technical team. I have to know. I have to find out this the specific word for this. But yeah, maybe Enrique. Maybe what's happening is he's continue his old strategy. They say people the media analysis say that he's not following a modern strategy of election strategy. He's following the
Because
traditional one, like
he's
creating
talking he's
ties
talking
between
also
people.
with
Fernando de Soto.
Salaverry
Where do you find where do you
from
find that?
Caretas. I
Where
can
did
I
you
can see
find that?
you now. I will watch you.
Oh, here's a guy, Marco Fernandez. I want to participate. Can I contact you, me, please? Yeah, I will. Oh my God. Yeah, I will leave you. I will give you my number. Okay, we are not the big deal. We are. If you are realizing we have striving with English, but we are doing our. We're giving a shot to ourselves. And yeah, I mean, Marco, if you are watching us, where are you from? Maybe it wouldn't be enough to give you my number, right? Or Enrique's number. I don't know. Anyway, fuck it out.
Here, look at this. Share.
Hey, send me the link, please. Enrique, please send me the link.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hello, Marco. Thank you to listen to us. Welcome to our Pacheberto podcast. We have a web page, we have Twitter, and we have Instagram, so you can follow us. Humberto is going to do that just in a
Wait a
minute.
minute.
I
No,
send
but
you.
this is not the. No, Enrique. In the comments in the comment section.
Uh,
Come on, dude. So yeah,
you're
what Enrique?
Peruvian. You're Peruvian. Marco is from Peru.
Where did he? Where does
He's-
he? Where he saying that? Where is
because his
he saying
number
that?
start with plus 51.
That's my number. That's my fucking number, dude.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I already post the article. Thank you, Marco. Where are you from, Marco?
I think he's
I
from
already.
Lima.
Well, never mind.
Ich denke, er kommt auf Lima. Fuck. Okay,
So,
Enrique,
Salaverry.
we're about to finish.
Yes, we are about to finish. I think is that we have a great podcast today. We are getting better. Well, God bless Peru because we need a lot of of hope, because we are not in a good situation. The COVID pandemic is getting worse, so we have to keep faith. No,
Let's seize the opportunity. Our our last okay. I think he's Marcos.
okay.
Hello. Yeah, Marco, sorry, but we have to continue. We are amidst this
It was Marcos.
podcast. Yeah, it was Marcos, right? Yeah, Gus.
So
Yeah, we are from Peru. We are talking about our reality right now.
Lima, Peru. Where are
So
you from, guys?
we are from the capital. Lima is the capital of Peru. Yeah, we're from Peru. We are Limeñans also, but this is not strictly true because a lot of people from Lima are like here. Our roots are in many parts of Peru because there was a lot of migration at the in the first years of the past century, something like that. So where you got from? Bad friends? Yeah, we are trying to be good at English, not bad. Okay, um, so Enrique, my question for you is why you think we are on YouTube? Because we were talking.
We have to increase this podcast. No?
Wait a fucking minute. Every time we were talking about with a guy from Apurímac. Yeah, this is cool because and this is cool to know that okay, you are from Apurímac and you are like speaking, you are writing in English, and this is good, right? I hope so. You are not using the translator for writing this, and this is cool. Marco Fernandez, I think he's from Lima too. He paid attention to his accent. Okay, so Enrique, tell us why you think it's cool to be here on YouTube and not on Facebook.
Because
Our
we have more interaction now. Because if we are
yeah,
in just in Facebook, it's just we are we are talking just with our friends or friends of our friends, and the people get boring now because the people don't go into the Facebook to be in Facebook. You are there to get other news. So it's like boring. In that way, it's boring. So,
yeah,
but
but
in YouTube, it's like you have the opportunity to be followed by
yeah,
a lot of people.
yeah. Please, I would like you to subscribe to my channel. Or yeah, we are working on this. Okay, don't worry about that. But our goal, if you are paying, if you are yeah, you think you already are getting me. Our goal is to I don't know to cross frontiers. You know, to cross frontiers. We are talking in English about a national topic, but I would like to people from any other country, such as I don't know the States, Europe, Brazil, know more
Asia.
about Asia, also know more about our country, right? And you're invited also if you feel confident about speaking in English. Of course, we would be pleased of having you as guests, and maybe for creating a project across our country. Okay, just that. And also, I don't know if you want to speak in Portuguese, Enrique. Maybe there's among people some Brazilian. Porque eu quero
Oh
falar
yeah, yeah.
português agora.
Eu quero saber português. Tá.
Sim, a gente, se você está me escutando, Marco e Gus, a gente está aprendendo português. Eu sim faço até quase um ano que eu estou falando essa língua. Então, a gente também quer fazer isso no outro idioma, no português, para acrescentar nossa audiência, né? Então, é isso o inglês mesmo. Então, yeah, we are working on our language skills and just that. So it's just an hour. Time's up. Um, I
And
don't
that's
know.
it. Thank you to our viewers. We have this podcast all the Fridays, 9
Our Fridays
p.m.
9.
On Sundays, we have other podcasts about more movies, streaming movies, and
Yeah,
we
but
have
this time,
yeah, we have also
this time, this
and
time
this
of talking about series and that is in the account of a friend of Brazil, from Brazil. Sorry. So
yeah.
yeah, so this is
Well,
it. Till the next Friday, we have a good time here and just that. Till the next Friday. Bye bye.
see you. Thank you.
Stay indoors, as our friend said.